It's really picked up here in the last 10 minutes.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
I'm so scared. Can anyone help explain to me why my walls are bleeding? I've lived in this house for 20 years, and suddenly last night, my cabinet starts to bleed. I open the cabinet, it's not coming from the inside. There's crap on here, but it's not blood. That's not cabinet blood. So I close the cabinet, but the wall is definitely bleeding. This is straight out of a horror movie, not coming from inside. Nope, that's not bloody. That's not bloody. Close the cabinet. What in the shit is on the inside of this cabinet suddenly that is making my walls bleed? Can anyone help me figure out why my wall is bleeding? This is the side of the mirror. There's no blood on the side, but my mirror continues to bleed from the bottom. Do you figure we should move out of the house? Call the church! It's really picked up here in the last 10 minutes. That's a much bigger pile. So as you can see, the pile has gotten much larger and it has a very oily texture. It doesn't smell like anything. If anything, it smells a little bit like vinegar, but like it's very faint.
What could possibly be the cause?
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Mary, I apologize for whatever I did that angered you so, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave this house because you are making a mess of my bathroom, and there has got to be a 10-year-old slumber party happening somewhere that is more pressing than my bathroom. And if you do not leave, so help me God, I will essential oil and sage your all the way back to hell.
Welcome back. It's day 2 of the Bloody Mirror saga. As you can see, still bleeding, haven't fixed it yet. So bees was the most commonly said, here's what it probably is. If this is bees and I undo this, is a swarm of, am I about to unleash the Kraken? Is a swarm of bees about to come out and attack me? You have all waited patiently long enough. Finally, it's time. We have a screwdriver, we have rubber gloves. We're about to find out why my mirror is bleeding. What is it?
It's great.
So it's just grape juice?
This is wet right here.
It is. It didn't come from inside the cabinet, because if it did, it would be in the cabinet. Coming from inside the wall. Because if it was, it would have been in the piece that just came out of the wall, not...
There's nothing in the cabinet.
Yeah, so we still don't know what it is.
With the cabinet removed, still no source for the bleeding.
The mystery continues. The bleeding wall is still bleeding, and we don't know where from. Here is the back and side and bottom of the cabinet. The only place it's got the goo is kind of residual of where it was collecting in the area, but I don't see any real rust. We have not chopped into the wall yet. It's probably on the to-do list. But before I chop into the wall, I'm gonna crawl into the attic space and see if maybe it's an attic thing. Pray for me! If the house demons were trying to take me, this would be a pretty good opportune time. I'm stuck. I'm too big for this adventure. It's out of here. Oh, look, my My Little Pony collection. I'm so scared. If you don't hear from me after this, you know exactly what's happened. Okay, squad, here's where the floor stops, and I can't get back anymore. I imagine my bathroom is much further back, but I don't think there's pipes or anything that's leaking. It's all just the insulation. So I don't think this is it. So we're still here working on this bloody wall moment. If it gets to it, I will rip this wall out before this. So if you want to know what happens, if it's driving you crazy, stay tuned. Long awaited and overdue, but we finally got to the bottom of the bleeding wall mystery. Here's what happened. So we decided we were gonna put the cabinet back in the wall. Mystery unsolved, we don't know. When we went to take the cabinet back, we noticed that there were pieces of metal that I didn't really see before that were, overlapped. And there was a little bit more of the coagulated blood in that corner. And of course, my dumb doesn't think that there's space in between the metal sheets. So I, blasé-faire, the first time I saw it, said that's where it clumped up the most. And so of course it wedged in between the crack. Enter my brother, saying we should investigate that a little bit closer. You guys, we think we found it.
get on the inside of the metal. Holy shit, I think we found it. Look, all that gooey goodness oozing right there from in between the metal. Gross. So it's rust mixed with condensation seeping out of old metal.
Well gang, that's another mystery solved. Some commenters were completely invested in this mystery, but maybe a little terrified too. Girl, go get your tools because you have to remove that medicine cabinet and find out. But also call an exorcist just in case. Other commenters may be a little disappointed to find out it was just rust. How many people are disappointed it wasn't demonic activity? I was, to be fair. But how about you? Were you disappointed it wasn't Bloody Mary? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching. It's gone viral.